In the endless flow of time, there are values that cannot be measured by those shimmering trinkets on the outside, but are woven from the deep, lingering sincerity within the soul. Just like a rustic thread patiently interlaced through each rhythm of the loom, or the clear, gentle melody of a bamboo flute, weaving through the cold mist to find a warm hearth, true happiness always requires stillness to be felt and peace to be fully understood. Tonight, as the noisy world outside temporarily recedes behind the door, you are here, safe and whole, ready to let your mind be guided back to the most pristine, rustic, and pure things of the wild, untamed forest. Welcome back to our space of relaxation. Before we journey together back to the remote high plateau of Ratanakiri, a place of hearth smoke rising from stilt houses and innocent love stories by rustic bamboo huts, please grant yourself a few moments of absolute stillness. If you love these soothing melodies and soul-nourishing stories, please do not forget to click the subscribe button, hit the small bell icon, and leave a like. Your gentle companionship and interactions are a precious source of energy, helping us continue to weave peaceful pauses for your mind every night. Now, allow yourself to unwind. Let all the worries of the day drift away like a thin veil of mist, and begin this journey of absolute relaxation. Find yourself a truly comfortable position on your familiar bed. You may lie on your back, with both arms resting naturally by your sides, or turn onto one side, as long as your entire body feels completely supported. Feel the solid ground of the mattress beneath you, just like the red basalt earth that broad-mindedly nurtures the lush, pristine dipterocarp forests. This bed is also cradling you, sheltering and protecting you in a space of absolute safety. There is nothing that needs to be done right now. There is nowhere else you need to go. There is only you, your breath, and the stillness that is gradually spreading. Now, gently close your eyelids. As your eyes close, the world of images, harsh lights, and endless movements outside is immediately filtered away. A soft, cool, and soothing darkness envelops your mind. Let the muscles on your face begin to relax. Soften your eyebrows, smoothing away the tiny frown lines on your forehead. Release the muscles around your eyes, allowing them to rest completely after a long, tiring day. Gently loosen your jaw, letting your lips part slightly in a natural way. A feeling of light, soothing ease begins to emerge from the crown of your head, then slowly flows down to your neck and shoulders. Pay attention to your shoulders. These shoulders, which have carried so much pressure and fatigue over the past hours, now let them sink deep into the mattress. There is no more burden to bear. The relaxation continues to lengthen down both arms through the elbows, the wrists, and pours out into the 10 fingertips. Your fingers curl slightly, completely relaxed, not holding, not grasping, simply existing in a state of absolute surrender. Now, let us regulate our breath together. Bring your attention back to the most natural, biological rhythm of your body. There is no need to try to change or control it. Simply observe. Take a truly deep breath in through your nose, feeling the cool, pure stream of air passing through your nasal passages, filling your chest and abdomen. Hold that breath for a brief moment to feel the fullness of life, and then, very slowly, breathe out completely through your mouth. Imagine that as you breathe out, all the lingering thoughts, anxieties, and tensions left in your muscles follow that breath out, vanishing into nothingness. Let us repeat this rhythm a few more times, each time slower, each time deeper. Inhale, feeling the clean, cool freshness of the primordial air. Exhale, feeling the warmth, lightness, and release. Inhale, bringing peace and healing energy into every cell. Exhale, releasing all weariness, letting the body become as light as a dry vine leaf falling onto the soft grass. With each breath out, your chest and abdomen gently fall in a steady rhythm. The relaxation from your upper body begins to spread down to your hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and finally to your toes. Your entire body, from head to toe, has now become soft, warm, and incredibly light. You feel as though you are floating on a blanket of pure white mist, buoyant and gentle, without a single shred of weight. In this state of deep relaxation, your mind begins to become as still and clear as a lake without a single ripple. The noises of daily life recede further and further away until only this calm, steady voice remains by your ear. You are feeling completely at ease. The space around you is warm, enveloped by the stillness of the night. You know that you are protected, and the only thing you need to do right now is to keep letting go, allowing yourself to drift along with the gentle flow of the story that is about to unfold. Just keep breathing evenly, so softly, so gently. As your body has completely sunk into a state of deep relaxation, and your breath has found its most gentle, stable rhythm, let your mind slowly depart from your current room. Imagine a thin, cool, and crisp veil of white mist gently enveloping you, lifting your mind up and carrying you across spaces and time, searching back to a wild and pristine land where nature and humanity still blend as one under the canopy of the great forest. That is the Ratanakiri Plateau, a remote land located in the northeast of Cambodia during the final days of an old year. At this time, the space on the plateau is donning a shifting shroud of wandering mist in the early morning. The climate of the highlands at dawn is crisp and chilly, carrying the pure, clean scent of pristine forests untouched by the dust of the world. Amidst that ethereal space, the sun has not yet awakened to chase away the early winter cold. The vast, primitive dipterocarp forests, with their sturdy ancient tree trunks, stand solemn in the thick mist, spreading their wide canopies as if wanting to shelter the entire red earth. As the pure white mist swoops down lower, It gently embraces the surface of Lake Yeak Laom, seen from above in the dim twilight of the unawakened dawn. The lake appears perfectly round, like a giant ancient mirror, cleverly placed by nature in the heart of the great forest. The water surface is flat, without a single ripple. A deep, profound emerald green, lying silent and mysterious on the crater of a volcano that has been asleep for thousands of years. The mist glides softly over the water, creating hazy trails of smoke, like a long dream of Mother Earth unfolding before your eyes. There is no noisy sound, no haste. Everything here moves in an incredibly slow, calm, and reverent manner. Beneath the foothills of the red basalt hills, which are as smooth as velvet, the villages of the Tampuan people gradually appear, glimmering behind the rows of trees and the dense mist. The stilt houses with deeply sloped thatched roofs, thatched with thick layers of rattan leaves, stand in quiet contemplation next to one another in the valley. That steeply sloped roof is cleverly designed to withstand the bone-chilling cold of winter nights and the fierce forest rains when the season turns. On each pathway leading up to the stilt houses, the rustic wooden staircases are always carved carefully according to an odd number, 3, 5, or 7 steps. To the local people, those are not just steps to walk up and down every day, but also a sacred prayer for peace, a spiritual thread connecting one generation to the next, keeping the house always protected by the gods from untoward things. In a peaceful corner of the village, right next to the large stilt house of the village chief's family, there is a small, lovely hut that was just erected a moon ago. The hut stands on high, slender yet incredibly sturdy wooden stilts, blending harmoniously into the surrounding scenery. The thatched roof of the hut slopes sharply toward the sky, looking from afar like a wild lotus bud hidden in the early morning mist. That is the Lovehut, a sacred, romantic, and profoundly humane space in the culture of the Tampuan people. The hut stands there, silent under the canopy of trees, enveloped by the cool chill of the plateau and the stillness of the earth, as if patiently waiting for a beautiful story about to be written. Let your eyes gaze upon that small hut in the hazy mist. Feel the fresh, clean air, faint with the scent of new wood, dry rattan leaves, and the warm, rich, red basalt earth. After rainy days, everything is very gentle, very peaceful. You do not need to think, you do not need to analyze. Just let yourself immerse into this quiet, rustic space. Feel the chill caressing your skin and the invisible warmth kindling within your soul. Everything around is inviting you to keep relaxing, to let go completely, to step deeper into the story of the great forest. Just keep breathing evenly, so softly, so gently. This year, Sreynang turned 18. She possessed a healthy, honey-colored skin, eyes as bright as night stars, and thick black hair always neatly bunched high, adorned with a pure white wildflower. Sreynang sat by the veranda of the large stilt house. Her skillful hands rhythmically moving the shuttle on the backstrap loom. This was the very loom that her grandmother had passed down to her mother, and her mother had placed into her hands when she had her first menstrual cycle. Clack, creak, clack. The sound of wood touching wood rose steadily. Sreynang used her straightened legs to keep the fabric taut, the beast skin belt wrapped around her hips, holding one end of the loom firmly. She was weaving a dark-colored sarong upon the deep indigo-black cloth, which was as profound as the forest night. Horizontal stripes of vibrant red and deep blue gradually emerged, sharp and exquisite. Each thread woven in was like a message from the soul, containing patience, pride, and the gentle dreams of a girl in her 20s. Nang, weaving so skillfully like this, any young man in the village, even if he has crossed 3 streams and 5 hills, will have to turn his head to look. A warm, deep, and teasing voice echoed. Sreynang raised her head, her cheeks blushing pink. The person who had just walked up was Kiri, the young hunter, who was also the one who captivated the hearts of many girls in the village. Kiri wore a short-sleeved shirt woven from rustic, raw cotton yarn, his broad, sturdy shoulders blocking a part of the morning sunlight. Around his neck, he wore a vibrant string of 5 colored beads, a testament to a skillful young man cared for by his family. Sreynang lowered her head, pretending to focus on the stitches. "You are teasing me, Brother Kiri. I am weaving this sarong to prepare for the upcoming Buffalo Stabbing Festival, to thank the forest gods, not to hold anyone back." Kiri stepped closer, standing below the floor, looking up at the girl. "Is that so? Yesterday, when I returned from the forest late, I saw your father had finished building the small hut next to the house. My heart suddenly felt restless. I wonder, tonight when the mist falls, will the sound of my flute be strong enough to fly up to that small window?" Sreynang's heart beat rapidly, but she still maintained the playful nature of a free Tampuan girl. "Your flute's sound flies very far, Brother Kiri, even past the mossy waterfall to the west. But whether it enters my ears or not, we still have to see if the forest gods allow it first." Saying this, she stood up, hugging the backstrap loom to walk inside the house, leaving Kiri standing there with a radiant smile on his lips. He knew that the season of love for the Tampuan people had begun. The custom of the Lovehut of the Tampuan people is a sacred beauty. When a girl grows up, her parents build a separate hut so she can have a free space to learn about the one she loves. There, the young man can come using the sound of string instruments or songs to express his heart. Everything takes place in a completely voluntary, respectful, and pure manner. No one is allowed to force or do anything beyond boundaries if the girl does not agree. It is a pristine sky of freedom where first feelings are cherished and tested by talent and virtue. That night, the Ratanakiri Plateau was bone-chilling cold. Mist from Lake Yeak Laom poured into the village, thick and stark white. Sreynang sat inside her small hut. In the middle of the hut, a small campfire crackled, the warmth from dry firewood radiating to chase away the freezing cold. She wore her most beautiful sarong, her ears adorned with a pair of large, round ivory earrings, called tote, glowing brightly under the firelight. Bong, bong, bong. A rustic, warm sound echoed from beneath the hut. Sreynang was startled. That was not the sound of Kiri's mem flute. This instrument carried a different tone, powerful yet somewhat proud. She peeked through the slit of the bamboo door. Under the shroud of mist, a tall figure was standing, holding a gung zither, a musical instrument made of a bamboo tube with strings plucked along its body. It was Ratha, the son of a wealthy family from the neighboring village. Today, Ratha donned a splendid festival attire, the beaded necklace on his neck shimmering, and his ears also wore a pair of tote made of precious wood, polished meticulously. Ratha looked up at the hut, singing in a direct voice. "O Sreynang, I bring the gung zither beneath your hut. My family has many buffaloes and many jars of rice wine buried deep beneath the red earth. If you accept me, I will bring 10 strings of 5-colored beads and 5 pairs of ivory earrings to ask for your hand in marriage. Open the door, let me come up." Sreynang frowned. The Tampuan people value sincerity and the soul, not the arrogance of wealth. She opened the hut door slightly, but did not lower the wooden ladder. From above, she spoke down, her voice gentle yet firm. "Brother Rotha, thank you for the sound of your gung zither that has warmed a corner of my yard. But the heart of a Tampuan girl is not like a buffalo in the field that can be counted, nor is it like a jar of rice wine that can be priced with beads. My loom only weaves colored threads when my heart walks in the same rhythm. Take your zither back and weave your dreams elsewhere." Hearing this, Ratha's self-esteem was wounded. He plucked a string of the gung zither forcefully, snapping the bamboo wire, and turned away huffily into the thick mist, his footsteps thumping heavily on the red ground. Sreynang breathed a sigh of relief. She sat back down by the fire, her heart suddenly welling up with anticipation. "Kiri, where are you?" In the days that followed, the Tampuan village was bustling with preparations for the grand festival. The young men in the village went into the dipterocarp forest together to find the best firewood, while the women were busy preparing traditional dishes. At Sreynang's stilt house, her mother was guiding her to cook Samlor Kako, the soul soup of their people. "Nang, remember to pound the rice until it is truly smooth," her mother instructed, while drying pieces of stream fish over the glowing charcoal stove. The deliciousness of this pounded soup lies in the finely pounded rice. When cooked with forest vegetables, young banana stalks, and wild eggplants, it will create a thick, gently sweet texture. The grilled spices, including onions, lemongrass, and chili, must be pounded very finely before being added. Sreynang obediently followed. Beside her, fresh forest bamboo tubes had been filled with mountain sticky rice, mixed with a little sweet stream water. That was the bamboo tube rice. The bamboo tubes were leaned around a large fire, their green skin gradually turning to a charred color. Wafting a sweet aroma, that blended the scent of fresh bamboo and new sticky rice, making anyone passing by crave a taste. The kitchen smoke rose from the homes, blending into the evening mist, weaving a rustic yet incredibly warm culinary picture. Just then, Kiri stepped into the stilt house. On his shoulders, a basket full of wild mushrooms and fresh bamboo shoots, just harvested from hidden corners next to the mossy waterfall. He set the basket down, wiped the sweat from his forehead, and smiled at Sreynang's mother. "Dear mother, I have just harvested some of the sweetest bamboo shoots on top of the basalt hill for our family to cook the pounded soup." Sreynang's mother looked at the young man with affectionate eyes. She knew Kiri was a good, hard-working youth who respected the elders. She smiled and said, "Very good, Kiri. Sit down here. Eat a piece of bamboo tube rice with freshly roasted forest chili salt to warm your stomach." Kiri received the bamboo tube from Sreynang's hand. When their fingers accidentally brushed against each other, Sreynang shyly lowered her face, while Kiri's heart raced. He peeled away the charred outer bamboo skin, revealing the thin inner bamboo membrane enveloping the snow-white, sticky rice. He broke off a piece, dipping it into the coarsely pounded forest chili salt. "This is delicious, Mother." The rice is gently sweet, blending with the pungent spiciness of the forest chili. Eating it makes the chill of the Ratanakiri winter fly away completely, Kiri praised. Sreynang's mother smiled, cleverly stepping into the inner room so the young couple could have their own space. Kiri looked at Sreynang, seeing her carefully smoothing the threads on the half-woven sarong. He spoke softly. "Tonight is the final night before the festival. I heard Ratha came to your hut and was rejected?" Sreynang looked up, her eyes clear as water. "He brought buffaloes and beads to trade for my heart. Our Tampuan people do not live like that." Kiri nodded, his gaze filled with steadfast determination. "I do not have many buffaloes, nor do I have many precious ivory tusks. I only have a pair of hands that know how to build houses, how to hunt animals, and a heart that only knows how to turn toward your small hut. Tonight, will you wait for the sound of my flute?" Sreynang did not answer directly. She only smiled, the dimples clearly showing on her cheeks. Who knows? If the flute sound is not warm enough, the mist of Lake Yeak Laom will swallow it whole. Night fell, and the Ratanakiri Plateau sank into a pure stillness. The ethereal moonlight pierced through the thick mist, creating shimmering streaks of light on the deeply sloped stilt roofs. The highland climate at this time dropped very low, the cold mist caressing every rattan leaf that roofed the houses. Inside the Lovehut, Sreynang had lit a small fire. She donned her most beautiful attire. The dark brocade sarong with vibrant red and blue stripes, hand-woven through 2 moons, her neck adorned with strings of 5-colored beads, her ears shimmering with the round ivory tote earrings. She sat waiting, her heart overflowing with the stirring emotions of youth. Voot, voot, oo, oh, a melodious, gentle and deep melody arose from the yard beneath the hut. It was the sound of the flute, the traditional flat bamboo flute of the Tampuan people, an instrument specifically used to call for a mate during late, misty nights. The flute sound was not loud or boastful like Rotha's goon zither nights before, but it slithered through every leaf, blended into the thin mist, and tenderly touched the heart of the listener. Kiri stood at the foot of the hut, his eyes directed toward the small window. He channeled all his affection, sincerity, and longing into every breath, every gentle note. The flute told of early mornings on the red basalt earth, of late afternoons watching the blue waters of Lake Yeak Laom, and of the shadow of a Tampuan girl by the backstrap loom weaving her dreams. Sreynang heard the flute, and her heart blossomed like wild flowers welcoming the sun. She stepped close to the window, throwing open the bamboo door. The night mist rushed in, bringing a chill, but the warmth from the flute and from the fire in her heart chased it all away. She looked down, seeing Kiri standing there, patient and true. Sreynang smiled, reaching out to lower the wooden ladder. The ladder with 5 steps, the lucky odd number of the Tampuan. Seeing the ladder lowered, Kiri's heart leaped with joy. He carefully stepped up each step, entering the sacred and romantic space of the Lovehut. Inside the hut, the crackling campfire clearly illuminated the faces of the two. Kiri set the flute down beside him. He looked at Sreynang, astonished by her pure and radiant beauty in her traditional attire. "Sreynang, you have accepted my flute," Kiri said, his voice trembling with emotion. Sreynang took a little forest chili salt and a small piece of bamboo tube rice, placing them into Kiri's hand. Our Tampuan people, when we share a tube of rice and taste the spiciness of the forest chili together, we will never forget each other. I choose you, Kiri, because you love this great forest, and you respect what the ancestors left behind. Kiri took Sreynang's soft hand, which bore tiny calluses from weaving fabric. I promise you, before the witness of the god of Lake Yeak Laom and the god of the dipterocarp forest, I will weave a prosperous life for you. Your loom will never lack colored threads, and our home's hearth will always burn bright. They sat together, talking about the future, about the upcoming harvest seasons, and about the brocade cloths they would weave for their children later on. Amidst the cozy space of the small hut, their love blossomed, pure and enduring, like the roots of the great forest, clinging deep into the red basalt earth. A few days later, the Buffalo Stabbing Festival, to give thanks and celebrate the harvest of the Tampuan village, took place in absolute joy. This was the largest festival of the year, where the entire village gathered around the large central yard to thank the gods for protecting them with a year of favorable weather and abundant crops. The sound of the gongs echoed joyfully and resoundingly, reverberating across the hills, awakening the entire great forest of Ratanakiri. Everyone, from the elderly to the young, men and women alike, wore their most splendid festival garments. The strings of 5-colored beads swayed to the rhythm of the dance, and the earrings made of ivory and precious wood dimmed and shimmered under the pale yellow sunlight of the new day. Amidst that radiant crowd, Kiri and Sreynang walked side by side. Kiri's family had brought the betrothal gifts to Sreynang's house. Not 10 strings of beads or 5 pairs of ivory earrings to show off, but jars of rice wine brewed with fragrant forest leaf yeast, a fat pig, and brocade cloths woven by his mother's own hands. Kiri's sincerity and good reputation completely won over Sreynang's parents and the entire village. The village chief, holding a cup of rice wine, stepped before the large fire, his voice booming. "Oh, Tampuan villagers, today we thank the forest gods and the water gods for filling our barns with corn and our baskets with rice. And today, we also bless the 2 most beautiful children of the village, Kiri, the brave hunter, and Sreynang, the most skillful weaver in the region. Their love blossomed from the sincere sound of the mem flute, from the Lovehut, true to the customs of our ancestors. May the gods grant them many children, and a life as sturdy as the dipterocarp trees." Oh! The entire village cheered in blessing. The sound of the gongs rose even more intensely. Rotha was also present at the festival. Looking at Sreynang's radiant, happy smile beside Kiri, he understood a profound lesson. He stepped closer, raising his cup of wine to congratulate the 2. "Kiri, Sreynang, congratulations to you both. I now understand why the sound of my gung zither failed. True love cannot be bought with cattle. I wish you 2 happiness." Kiri embraced Rotha's shoulders, the forgiving smile of the Highland man softening all enmity. As the sun went down, painting the entire basalt land red, the bonfire burst into brilliant flames. Kiri and Sreynang, hand in hand, stepped into the traditional Zong dance circle with the villagers. Sreynang's brocade sarong, with its vibrant red stripes, seemed to blend with the firelight, her ivory earrings gently brushing against Kiri's shoulder. Under the witness of the ancient volcanic Lake Yeak Laom, their love reached a fulfillment. That was not just the bonding of 2 souls, but also the continuation and propagation of a long-standing cultural symbol, standing proud amidst the great forests of Northeast Cambodia. The story of the love born by the rustic bamboo hut is a profound affirmation that the value of true happiness does not lie in lavish dowries or external material wealth. It can only be woven from sincerity, absolute respect, and the primordial harmony between 2 souls, much like the melody of the mem flute piercing through the cold mist. At the same time, this humane custom honors the freedom and pride of the native woman, reminding us to always cherish and preserve traditional cultural values, the sturdy root that nurtures the human soul amidst the flow of time. As the final reflections on the love story by the rustic bamboo hut come to a close, it is also the time when the rhythm of the Ratanakiri forest begins to shift, becoming slower, more distant, and hazier. The vibrant bonfire of the Thanksgiving festival night, after a day of burning bright, now also softens, leaving behind only warm, glowing embers, shimmering like fallen stars upon the red basalt earth. The intense, joyful sound of the gongs that brought the villagers into the zong dance at sunset now grows sparse, deeper, lower, and slowly dissolves into the quiet space of the plateau night. Your mind at this moment is standing at the boundary of a gentle intersection where the images of the story just told begin to fade away, giving way to a state of light, weightless relaxation. Imagine the silhouettes of Kiri and Sreynang, hand in hand, walking back toward the deeply sloped, stilt house that is hazy in the mist. The sound of the villagers' bare footsteps on the small pathway also gently vanishes, returning to the great forest its pristine, original silence. The entire Tampuan village is sinking into sleep, and you are also drifting along with that peaceful rhythm. The shroud of mist from the ancient volcanic Lake Yeak Laom continues to roll in, thick and cool. The mist glides over the thatched roofs, covered with thick layers of rattan leaves, swoops down to wrap around the 5 mokmak wooden steps of the ladder, and then gently envelops the entirety of the small Lovehut. All the vivid images of the half-woven brocade sarong with its vibrant red stripes, of the sweet aroma of the bamboo tube rice roasting over charcoal, or the pungent spiciness of the forest chili salt. All of them now are only wandering, blurred memories in your mind. They no longer possess distinct shapes, but transform into a stream of comfortable warmth, soothing your sleep. The small fire in the middle of the bamboo hut still flickers with its final sparks, radiating a protective warmth into the surrounding space. That warmth is intersecting perfectly with the pure chill of the highland earth, creating an incredibly pleasant sensation for your entire body. You feel as though you are floating in a space of zero gravity, where the boundary between reality and dream, between the sounds of the story and the silence of the night, is completely erased. Every thought, every focus on the plot's developments at this moment vanishes like kitchen smoke, blending into the dipterocarp forest mist. You no longer need to remember. You no longer need to visualize anything at all. Let the melodious tunes of the traditional mem flute thus recede further away, remaining only as a very faint, very gentle echo deep within your subconscious. Your mind is completely empty, clear and still, like a lake without a single ripple under the dim moonlight. You are sinking deeper, drifting into a soft space where the weariness of a long day is completely swallowed by the peace of the great forest. Just let yourself sink down in a completely natural and absolutely safe way. Your whole body is weightless. Your mind is weightless, ready to enter a state of complete rest. Just keep breathing evenly, so softly, so gently, letting the flow of surrender carry you away. Now, the space around you has completely dissolved into the absolute stillness of the late night on the Ratanakiri Plateau. The entire story of the Tampuan village, of the romantic Lovehut, of the sincere sound of the mem flute, or the zwang dance circles by the bonfire, all has completely receded, completely vanishing into the thick and heavy shroud of the great forest mist. Not a single image remains, not a single sound echoes. Only the soothing, cool darkness and pristine peace envelop you from all sides. Your body at this moment has become incredibly heavy, a heaviness full of relaxation and ease. You feel as though you are sinking deep, sinking so deep into the bed, just like the fine grains of sand slowly settling to the bottom of the ancient Lake Yeak Laom after a long day of movement. Every muscle, every fiber of your nerves, from the crown of your head down to your toes, has completely let go of all resistance, all burdens. You are completely still, in a state of reassurance and absolute protection beneath the canopy of the dark night. The climate outside the room may be growing colder following the rhythm of the night mist, but inside your space, warmth and comfort are spreading steadily. Your breath now has automatically found its way back to its most natural, deep, and soothing rhythm. Inhale so gently. The abdomen rises. Exhale so softly. The abdomen falls. That rhythm is steady, cyclical, like the breathing of the pristine dipterocarp forest in the empty night, like the gentle underground stream flowing deep beneath the red basalt earth. With every single exhale, your mind drifts further into the boundless realm, completely casting off the final attachments of reality. You no longer hear anything. You no longer think about anything. There is only a sensation of weightlessness, peace, and absolute emptiness. Let sleep come in a completely natural way, like a dry rattan leaf gently falling onto a soft carpet of moss, like the shroud of mist embracing the flat, still lake. You are sinking gradually, sinking deeper into a profound sleep, a dreamless sleep, completely clean and restorative. Tonight, allow your soul to rest whole, nurtured by the purest stillness of the remote forest. When the night closes and a new day begins, when the warm sunlight of the dawn awakens you tomorrow morning with a body full of fresh energy, remember to return to our space. Leave a comment sharing your feeling of peace tonight, or simply press the like button and share this video with your loved ones who also need a gentle pause for their minds. Those small yet truly sincere interactions of yours will be deeply preserved in the subconscious, serving as a connecting thread for us in our next journeys to find peace. But that is a matter for tomorrow when the dawn breaks. As for now, all you need to do is keep sinking deep into the stillness. Sleep well. Sleep truly deep